and not run away from you. Very, very happy how he's progressing in his education. We've done amazing work with Slash, and I believe he's ready. He almost accomplished his education around pen, and he's ready to go to the next level of his education foundation program. When I start lesson with Slash have a lot of energy, and I feel this energy will gonna transfer to my energy, and I can lose my relaxation, and I can get much more hyper, and education between me and Slash will gonna go a completely different direction. So reality, I actually learn how to control my emotion, and control fear working with horses. I learn actually from my sport, and when I start to just compete, when I was a fencer, it was very hard for me to control emotion when you go to big competitions and even small competitions, but when it's a different fencers, different athletes, different coach, different atmosphere, it's a lot of energy, and it's very hard to control your emotions, and then your performance go to the very low level, and you fall apart, and you cannot win, or you cannot even perform. So I learned through the many years by traveling and competing in big arenas around many different athletes, different judges, different countries even. I realized I have to control my emotions so I can apply my full potential of my knowledge of my physical abilities and my methods so I can compete and win the competition. Actually, exactly the same happened to me when I start my business in the horsemanship, and I start to perform in the clinics and start from the very small clinics, 2 people, 3, 4, 5 people was maximum in my clinics, and especially I have an accent and I have to explain to spectators my methods. This was very frustrating. I have a lot of anxiety and fear when I deliver my message. So through the education and timing and traveling the clinics and the different events and the trade shows and the expos, I developed this confidence and I become much more relaxed to communicate with people and express and share my philosophy and methodology with people. Because when you tense and you share your methods and you have to show your methods with horses and share with people your methods, how they actually physically work, not just explain philosophy, your muscle tense, you cannot send consistent cues to your horse, so everything falling apart, horse not listen you very well, and you work so hard at home to develop these methods, and when you travel, your performance level getting much less than when you practice at home. So when I why I'm trying to explain all this, because when I step in working in the round pen with Slash, I have to be very relaxed. I cannot show to my, even he have a lot of energy and anxieties, I cannot show to horse I absorb his energy and this energy transferred to me. I have to be very relaxed, and opposite, I have to transfer my relaxed energy, positive energy, to his energy. So when we start to practice speed control and forward motion, I start from the right side because I all the time babysit Slash, and yes, I call this babysit. We travel all the time to the left, develop confidence, relaxation, developing speeds, and after I transfer to the right side. But I have to take Slash to the next level of his education. So we start lesson from the right direction, right, the right side of his body. But very interesting to understand for us the way how I start this lesson. We start from the speed control, but I start from the walk and trot on the right side. And Slash couple times fall apart and his motions was so high, energy was so high. If I gonna increase different speed and ask him to travel on the lope, he might gonna pick up again a wrong lead. So I cannot develop muscle memory because emotions so high, he will gonna pay attention mentally what's happening around. He will use his surviving instinct and he will completely forget about this balance and coordination. And again, I come back again, I took this knowledge from my sport, the way how my coach educated me. He did not start right away educate from the complicated exercise that I cannot achieve. And it's very hard for me to achieve. So he started to develop my emotions and my physical abilities and exercise what I actually perform very well. And after he's saying, okay, let's try this different exercise, because you already develop confidence. Your body warm up, your energy warm up, you're concentrating on education. So with Slash was exactly the same. I say, first of all, you have to come back to me mentally and physically, relax your energy, pay attention to me mentally, concentrate on me. And after we're going to start to practice this right lead in the canter and develop muscle memory in increasing time in forward motion. So when I finish walk and trot, then I took his mental abilities by applying different physical exercise towards me, by continue educating him and relax his emotions, turn inside and walk. Let him relax his mental abilities. Let him walk. Turn him inside. Ask him change direction so he can change his brain right now, because he's going to concentrate from this side to me. And ask him to walk again, but relax, not pick up the speed. I want he start to concentrate towards me. I'm going to say again, turn inside. And please walk. And bring your, I redirect energy and I redirect their attention from different side of his brain. Pay attention. Please turn inside, concentrate, and walk like we learned. It's the hardest speed actually to educate the horse, because they're falling asleep and etc. So they have to truly concentrate emotionally. So when he come back to me mentally and start to feel this energy between me and him, I bring him to the left direction. And now I'm going to pick up the speed right here, right here. And now we have a nice relaxed lope, and horse have to travel around me, nice and relaxed. That's what round pen all about, not run your horse with pressure and release around the circle, and after that you come in the middle. But don't make sense, not to horse, not to human. Because not educate a horse, nothing. Horse backing after when you put saddle, horses bite you, you cannot put halter, you sneak towards the horse, and put your eyes down and your energy, and put yourself in dangerous situations. Around pen, it's a two-way communication with body, energy, voice command, and body language, when horse actually understand you mentally and communicate with you, and each method connects to each other, so it makes sense mentally and physically to horse and horseman. Beautiful. So we develop very nice this forward motion. Very nice. I am very proud of you, Slash. Very good job. And the left direction, that's a perfect for him. He relaxed, he confident, he knows what he is doing. So we walk, trot, lope, increasing time. It's beautiful. Balance, coordination, horse travel. I'm staying in the middle of the round pen. Horse travel around me consistently till I give different cue or change the exercise. So when we accomplish left side, then I bring horse to the right direction. And then I ask him to pick up the right. Teach him the different methods. Again, point right here. So let's see if you're going to pick up correct lead today. Yesterday we pick up twice correct. Again, point. Beautiful. And today he pick up correct lead. So muscle memory grown. Developing muscle memory. And he pick up a correct lead. You can see lope getting much softer. Now I'm going to slow down my feet right here. Much more relaxed. Pick up hand in the air. That's direction, that's speed. This direction, that's speed. Beautiful. Continue travel. Remember, we learned the previous steps. Walk, trot, lope. Beautiful. So horse developing and learning that. Beautiful job. Very nice. From the first time he picked up a right lead. For so many days we worked so hard at increasing time in forward motion. Horse picked up correct lead and travel around me. Once he did mistakes, but again I have a lot of patience. I bring him back on the speed I deserve him on the trot. I did increase this time speed because he have to be a little bit much more relaxed. And then I ask him again, consistently, I apply consistently my voice command, my body language, till he pick up again correctly, and then I increase timing. And it's our first time in this lesson, and we're working through this all this educational days so hard. First time on this lesson, / actually travel to the right and become very balanced and coordinated. You can see he not leaning inside around pen, he's staying nice and straight, and you can see this cadence, and he travel around me. I can feel muscle relax, all horse relax. He very sure when he step in with his feet and traveling. So you're not just running around me by using surviving instinct. So that's very interesting to apply this knowledge and understand actually, not just use methods, physical methods, by turn inside, turn outside, speed up your horse to achieve this correct lead. That's also very interesting to understand horse or even human mental abilities, understand the energy, understand the presence, understand how to communicate with energy and how to bring energy back towards you. How warm up this brain, bring attention of this brain to you when you educate the horse. And after, increase education and let horse to use his brain, his physical abilities, and advance his in the physical exercise. Also in this lesson we increase / education by educating him travel and the walk and trot immediately. We didn't separate the speeds from the walk, relax, and after trot and relax when we actually connect to / with horsemanship, halter and rope. And the way how I took his mental abuse to the next level, I stopped my feet on the ground. I didn't follow with my energy. Very important what I'm saying right now. I didn't follow with my energy his shoulders. I stopped my feet, but I still have inside of me this energy. And let / travel behind me. It's the same education, same principles when we educate the horse without the rope and without a horsemanship halter. Horse learn to be free and use his full potential of his physical ability to understand and feel our energy and travel around us. And then we transfer to the horsemanship rope and halter. And he done couple mistakes. Because when horse learn, we have to really think very deeply here. When we connect with halter and rope, the horse to our hands, we transfer from our hands our energy to the horse, our energy to the horse energy. It's this energy travel through the rope. Believe me or not, this energy travel through the rope to the horse body and the mental abilities. Because we connect, he have feelings of this halter rope and movements of our hands. That's an energy, body language. So when you educate a horse travel behind you, horse truly have to use his brain. He cannot rely on the horseman energy, and that's why actually consistently, travel consistently, come from the first step of round pen education. Because if we're going to travel around us and stop, and we're going to swing the rope or apply the whip, horse will memorize the fear. All the time he cross your shoulder, and I stop, whip or rope going to be applying my hindquarters and my energy, then I have to travel. And horse memorizes, and that's why horse travel around us. Our goal completely different, because we educate him from the first day to travel consistently around us. by increasing time and each repetition, if you remember that, till horse travel around us, and we transfer this when we connect to horse. So anytime horse does mistake, we face the horse with our energy and we ask him travel again. That's again timing, repetition, every day, increase timing. In my opinion, horses, people, they'll not learn from aggravation, from the pressure. Horses and people learn from the repetition, increasing time in physical exercise, so you can memorize actually physical exercise, and your muscle memory memorize physical movement. It's that simple. Because if you're going to aggravate the horse, eventually he's going to start to fall apart. If you're going to aggravate the human, eventually he's going to fall apart. But if you're going to increase time, if you're going to start from the small repetitions and explain the physical exercise, and increasing time in each physical exercise, then you grow mentally and physically as an athlete. Your body learn, your brain actually learn the physical exercise, and horse or human will perform consistently on this exercise. Very important to say, consistently, till you're gonna give the human or horse different cue or stop this physical exercise. So in this lesson, it's very interesting to see how all our education, all our puzzle, it looks very simple. Horse travel around me in a rope, so what? But if you really horseman and you truly understand what's happening around us, you can pay attention to the horse body and the horse balance, coordination, horse neck, hindquarters, rope between horseman and horse, cadence and the forward motion, balance and coordination in the forward motion, and the mental abilities, emotions. So it involves so much education in this forward motion, without rope or with rope. So very interesting to see. To the left, arch neck. So he started to use his rib cage, hindquarters almost staying inside. He's still learning because it's just only round pen education. So I'm very happy when he traveled to the left. A rope nice and loose. But when he started to travel to the right, and that's our weak side of the slash, you can see rope start to getting straighter. Sometimes rope getting soft, sometimes rope getting straighter. If you draw straight line, if you're gonna stop the video and you draw straight line from his front legs to his hind legs, you will gonna see he will stay probably 30 degrees away from this line outside with hindquarters. He don't keep this hips inside. Why? Because he's a bad horse? Because he pulling in the rope? Absolutely not. It's because of balance and coordination. He doesn't know yet how to use neck muscles when he travel to the right, when we connect the horse. He doesn't know how to use rib cage. He doesn't know how to keep hindquarters inside. I always say like this, a lot of horses travel around us in the lunge line, but they look like a 2x4. They're so stiff, they're just traveling around us. It's not cadence, not balance, not coordination. So when we're going to go to in-hand communication, then we're truly going to start to educate horse how to use neck muscles when horse travel in the forward motion. When horse going to use neck muscles, then he's going to use shoulders. When he's going to start to use shoulders, then he's going to use rib cage. When he's going to use rib cage, then he's going to use hindquarters. So very beautiful. Very, very beautiful to see how he's progressing, and we almost finished this round pen education. It's very nice to see how Slash grow in this lesson. I'm very pleased how he traveled to the left, to the right, not falling apart, not pulling, and when we change in speeds, walk and trot right away. Again, we're not swinging ropes, we're not applying whips. Horse understand voice command, body energy, and body language. These three components what we teach horse actually from the first day. Horse actually understand our communication through our body language, voice command, and energy, and horse relax mentally and physically. Why I actually teach horse from the young age in round pen to move hips to the left, right with the energy, body language and voice command without applying physical pressure on the hindquarters, and also teach horse to change direction and move the shoulders to the left and right, and not just concentrating only in the hindquarters. Why actually combine front shoulders and hindquarters together and change direction? Answer very simple. The biggest idea is to develop coordination and balance with horse feet. Because again, education starts from the ground, not under saddle, not pulling the reins, not press with your legs. Horse have to mentally grow through the education, and when he go to the saddle education, to the riding education, he already develops this coordination in their feet and emotions. I give you an example. Basketball player not running around other athletes with ball and after throwing this basketball in the net. He will never succeed because he will never gonna have this coordination with his feet, legs, and plus basketball. Coach teach him different physical exercises to move to the left, to the right, back, change body position, move the shoulder, move the hips, move the legs, jump forward, jump left, jump right. Well, my idea, the way how I was educated, exactly the same. So I transfer this just to the way how I think and transfer this to horse education. So I prepare my horse mentally and physically to understand you can move the hips, you can travel forward, move your shoulders. You can move the hips, you can change direction, move the shoulders. Because we're going to take this exercise eventually to the riding education and advance when horse going to travel in the forward motion. Be flexible, move the hips, change the neck, move the hips, continue travel, change the neck, be flexible, change the hips, travel again. So I'm going to change horse shoulders, horse neck, horse hindquarters when he travel in the forward motion. That's in the future, in evolution program, when we're going to start to develop, educate horse to control his emotion when he and develop balance and coordination when you move the hips left and right direction in the forward motion, not just pulling with your legs because not makes sense. Because eventually we have to do lead changes or side pass and etc. Horse have to understand how to move hindquarters in a forward motion. So it was amazing to watch how he moved his hips left, right, move shoulders. Again, right side falling apart, much stiffer rib cage, not the hips. Everything coming from the neck, shoulders, rib cage, and after hindquarters. Everything actually tied together. So that's why I teach horse to move all this hips, shoulders, rib cage, and change direction. It can be better, absolutely yes. But again, it's just round pen education. Eventually we're going to take the next level of education and increase advancing his education and learn how to move hips to the left, to the right, and move shoulders to the left and to the right. Leading your horse. I'm not going to explain you a lot what's happened in this lesson because you already know all methods very well by following this education. You understand what it takes to educate horse to lead. So you can see all this puzzle we bring together. We can walk towards the horse, we can put halter on the horse, we don't have to hide our energy, horse understands speed control, horse understands, I remind you, body language, voice command. We develop confidence, be beside the horse, we develop energy with two different energies between each other and at different speeds. We teach horse travel around us with rope and halter. So all this puzzle, extend and touch, stop and face, all this puzzle we bring together right now. Again, it looks simple. What to teach horse to lead? Just pull on his head left and right when he step, reward him. It's possible to educate horse this way, but that's not our goal. We want horse truly understand, travel beside us to understand our presence. So we're done on this lesson, walk and trot and / travel beside me. Beautiful. I explain in this lesson also how important to use the tool proper way. Not to keep rope in front of you. Keep actually, if horse travel from the right shoulder, you can keep your rope on your left hand and keep your rope beside your right leg. So rope travel behind you. Because if your horse dragging his heel behind you, you can slide your rope and ask your horse travel forward, point and clock, and after you can slide your rope back and rope will travel on the ground beside you. But if you're gonna have a lot of rope on your hands in front of you, because it's a 15-foot rope, it's going to be very hard for you to change immediately when you want the horse to point and let horse understand you have to travel with me. And also it's very dangerous when rope can fall down the ground, you can trip and fall down because you travel beside the horse and horse can step on top of you. So it's very dangerous. So try to learn how to keep rope beside you, and just keep, if horse travels this direction, just keep your rope on the left hand and keep your rope go through the right hand so you can point and bring back. Point and bring back. Eventually you will gonna keep rope in front of you. Don't take me wrong, but it's just building blocks of education, how to keep your tools so you will going to be safe and apply immediate cue when you need to communicate with your horse. So overall, whole lesson went very well. I feel it's not point to continue, and you can polish and polish and polish and polish the steps. And I all the time telling you have to accomplish very good previous steps and all steps till you go to next step. But Slash got to this level. I don't have to continue educating him. I have to progress his education. So I'm very, very happy with this lesson, and we're probably going to stay a couple more times. So one time in round pen education, and going to take Slash to the next level of his education from foundation program.